so hey, need your ass to help out on a thing. Calling for an independent adjudicator. Can someone sacrifice me one? Preferably one with tender butt cheeks and slender profile? It's necessary for a task.
Is it that horse fucker again?
Okay, so who can I get for feds? Nope. He's Imperial, he's independent, he's dead. Okay, fuck it. No one sides with feds, so that leaves only one option.
We start with the best, and, as a true Imperial, it naturally falls upon me to cover the astonishing work of art that is the Imperial Fighter.
Avoiding the flashiness of the Empire or the Asperger-fueled rage of the Federation, the Taipan is the perfect middle ground that does a little of everything and does it right.
And I'll proudly take a look at Condor. Just fuck me. The 3 little semicolons offered to us come with the price of 15,000, but before that you'll need a fighter bay, and the cheapest one costs 575,000. So the total price of having a fighter is almost the same as having Diamondback's Scout. Now that's a bright prospect. Have engineers take their purpose-used tools, open up a gaping hole in your ship, and stuff it full of hot load. Oh my!
Ooh, kinky.
The ship launch fighter system is something that I'm happy the Pilots Federation has finally made publicly available. Having a pair of Imperial fighters launch from your ship increases your basking potential by 200%. Those are numbers that can't be ignored. Seriously though, the ship launch fighter represents new ways to defend yourself. New ways that I feel may become all the more valuable in the near future as well.
Although fighting was not a focus during my time at Canon, we did understand the need for variety in defense platforms out here in the black. Price limit aside, for traders or explorers who want a little insurance in the danker parts of space, you could do a lot worse.
Before delving in, it must be noted that only select few ships can utilize the fighter hangar. On the screen you can see them all. And I must mention, Keelback needs the second pilot's seat as well. Now, because I, for the life of me, could not find a competent federal pilot to help us out, probably due to lack of brainpower, insufficient incentive, morale, or whatever else those idiots in Federation have issues with, I'll be looking at Core Dynamics' carefully crafted abortion.
An unfortunate occurrence of unprotected intercourse, I believe is the politically correct term. Hashtag oopsie poopsie.
All changelings are the best out there and unicorns can go fuck themselves. Wait, what? Feds want to do what? Oh, fuck, I love Federation. They're absolutely wonderful and I just can't wait to tell you how much better Condor is than its competitors. From outside, Condor looks meh. I mean, looks good, yes, it looks good. But seriously, the design is your typical Core Dynamics solid straight-edge power machine, and I like it. Yeah, the paint job is meh, but I'm guessing the devs just want us to buy more microtransactions. Putting cynicism aside, I honestly have no issues with it. It's a solid little thing that is both utilitarian and combat-based. Even with Eagle, I could pick a bone with those wings being too wide, making overall profile bigger, but this to me is a prime example of proper combat design for a spaceship. Imperial crap boxes. I have to say that out of all fighters, this is what I expect a fighter to look like. Metal plate, guns, and a cockpit all pointed generally in the right directions. But as I move inside the cockpit, the tone somewhat shifts. See, Eagle was a huge surprise for me, having both functional design and good looks. Condor, on the other hand, looks like something that was designed by fucking Del Lacy, using nothing but angle grinder and a wielding torch. Hey guys, what do you think? Good? Okay, now what we're missing? Paint? What, have you lost your mind? It costs so much, we'll go bankrupt. I know it costs relatively little, but come on guys, save a penny and in for an obscene paycheck, am I right? Besides, fuck Core Dynamics and their ships. So yeah, I suspect some DeLacy fiddling in making of this ship. All the panels look so cheap, I can't believe this is a Core Dynamics ship. I keep forgetting where I am and I constantly think that I'm back in my golden dumpster fire, aka sidey-windy. Fortunately, this is an exception for Fed ships, and most others are still pinnacle of cool design.
So now we come to the true star of the show. The Imperial Fighter has been a mainstay of Imperial forces for hundreds of years, and over that time the design has been perfected by the artisans at Gutamaya to become the all-round best ship launch fighter to be found.
I believe the politically correct phrasing is artisanal afterbirth. Hashtag not all oopsies.
From the styling to the performance, the Imperial Fighter is the best of the best, a ship that's truly worthy of its basking status. It may not boost as fast as the Federal Tin Can.
Oi!
It may not have the survivability of the Taipan.
Damn Skippy!
But its mix of maneuverability, speed, and firepower mean that an Imperial Fighter is the way to go.
Now tell me how many slaves died making these things. Or do you you prefer the word workers?
Just because you don't understand the finer workings of the Imperial social security system, you have to complain.
Sure, come one, come all. Empire welcomes one and all. We have work for everyone. That is, we have sweatshops for everyone open 24/7.
Those sweatshops are state-of-the-art Imperial factories, mines and farms, operated by the kindest-hearted people in the galaxy. This nonsense propaganda against our perfectly justifiable and fair social welfare system needs to stop.
Basking aside, you all do understand that you're placing your life in the work of slaves that want nothing more than to kill their oppressors and the users of their tech. Just putting that out there.
From the outside, the Imperial Fighter states everything you need to know. You know the pilot is used to sophistication, to style, to luxury. In short, you know the pilot demands elegance in every aspect of their life, even if it's when they're out on a casual murder spree. You also know that the ship you are looking at is deadly. Its fine lines and barely concealed menace leave you in no doubt as to the destructive capabilities hidden beneath the surface. Also, have I mentioned it's the only fighter you can bask in? Because you can. And there's nothing more important than basking, right? Guys? Guys?
Is that why all Imperial ships are white? I really hope that was paint.
Oh sure, if you call having twite testicle for a ship good enough to bask, I won't stop you. Seriously, those Imperials, man.
So moving swiftly onto the inside of the fighter, as is standard from Gutemeyer designs, the inside of the Imperial Fighter is worthy of being in a 6-star hotel or glamorous cruise ship for the galaxy's uber-rich. Subtle lighting underpins everything, with Gutemeyer's signature curves dominating the aesthetics. Unfortunately, Gutemeyer is forced to use the standardized HUD interface technology HUD that every manufacturer is forced to use by the Pilots Federation, so the HUD is the same as any other ship. But as always, Gutemeyer have worked with the SHIT interface as best they can, leading to a cockpit fit for an emperor.
Sad day when I'm the voice of reason. Now, as one of the more popular at CFN moving targets, my focus has been and will always be survivability. Get there, get back, keep flying. Doesn't hurt to look good while you do it. Now, the Taipan, named after a snake and shaped like a Lepidoptera, that's 4 wings for the barbarians watching, brings to the void the quintessential, the sublime. Plus, she's built like a brick shithouse. Unfolding like an origami kick in the dick in the balls, all the lines, angles, and stylings are enough to make any aesthetic engineer bask in a way that legally requires a safe word. Inside, the content owner of this marvel of technology will feel snuggled safely like a poofy panda bear, surrounded by one of the most advanced mechanized tools for death dealing and high-speed bunking. When you pull high Gs during combat, you can comfortably give the middle finger to the aggressors barking for your head. And if you ever run out of ammo or feel like bringing honor to your family, country, and for the daimyo, you can just ram the motherfucker and fly away smiling. Just remember to go to the loo before stepping into this pit of cocks, because getting in or out is a bitch. Oh, and don't expect to get there too quickly either. She may be versatile, but like a bad girlfriend, she moves at half the speed of smell unless you're on or in her ass.
Okay, that's nice and dandy, but we really haven't discussed the actual mechanics of these clumps of afterbirth. So as I counted, putting weapons aside, there are 2 versions of Condor and Taipan, while Imperials seem to have most consistency by having won in this micro-penis pissing contest.
Ah yes, the Condor. Federal ship design at its finest. All function, no style, and to add insult to injury, just like every other role-specific ship they produce, it's outclassed by its competitors. It's the elite equivalent of the TIE Fighter from Star Wars, a pacebox designed to instill fear through sheer weight of mass-produced cannon fodder.
Well, fan-fucking-tastic, you chronic joystick waggler. Care to start us off with your version of a leg humper?
Now first it should be pointed out that Gutemeyer have been their usual thoughtful selves and have added substance to the style afforded by the Imperial Fighter. To this end, you can choose the Imperial Fighter in a variety of deadly, well-dressed loadouts. The Imperial Fighter is the most maneuverable of the bunch. This makes up for its weaker shields, because the best way to survive a shot is to not get hit by it in the first place. This means that not only do you look sharper than anything else in the conflict zone, you also survive longer while you do it. So, simply put, if you want the premier ship launch fighter, you buy Imperial. If you want to fly around in an ugly wannabe Swiss Army knife, then I think Artemis has some information for you.
Funny, as a Swiss Army knife is still found in every survival kit across the galaxy. But I get the shade. Sharpest thing you can find in the Imperium is a butter knife. This baby flies like a fine-aged scotch. Smooth, with expected fuzziness on the edges. That aside, this homicidal Tonka truck still allows even a schmuck like me to be deadly in some bad situations. Where this truly shines, though, is in a defensive role. The Taipan is not one to throw the first punch, but it usually throws the last. No matter which version you choose, you're guaranteed to be in a perpetual state of lightheadedness due to the bloodthirst of your raging man-rod and any and all imminent violence. It forces the D in defense.
After looking into Condor's little performance sheet, I wasn't too surprised. The highest top speed, yet the lowest boost speed aside from Aegis F, and lowest maximum DPS. But you know what? All that matters not, because Federation, or in this case Core Dynamics, decided they really wanted to stand out.
Well, I suppose the millions of corpses of Federal pilots killed in those substandard death traps means they get mentioned on the news a lot.
Oh, fuck off, Mr. Unicorn 1Z. No, Core Dynamics actually gave their ship a proper name, and it's also the only fighter with multi-cannons, not fixed beam lasers.
Who would ever think laser pointers were a bad idea outside of raves?
This particular build is quite good at eating away hull armor. It's arguably the best fighter for NPC use. Though watch out, Condor still tends to drift a lot more than the other ships, and if you don't use the strafe thrusters, you'll be doing some initial deep-worthy slides. And so in the end, I just can't take it anymore. I love Imperial Fighter for its performance and Taipan for its looks. To me, it's weird that Lakon, just like with Diamondbacks, actually chose to make something futuristic and cool. But considering that alternative for the Taipan would be a floating trash bag with crack needles sticking out of it, I'll take an occasional oddball design from Lakon. Cockpit though? Yeah, you can't beat Gutamaya, so that's a clear win for them. While Lakon just uses the thickest I-beams they could find, and Core Dynamics hiring Delacy to design theirs. Anyhow, Condor in itself is okay, I guess, but the drift and lackluster boost speed kinda makes me wish I had the other two. Sure, multi-cannon Condor will eat hull like no one's business, but frankly I prefer gimbal beam lasers because, you know, I'm a pathetic gimbal scrub. Besides, those lasers eat shields and shit out heat sinks.
This is simple. These two will try and tell you that there are relative positives and negatives to each of these ships. This is a lie. At the end of the day, you can either look, as TheYamiks so wonderfully puts it, fabulous, while you go on a murder hobo spree in a ship-launched fighter, or you can look like a cast-off from a Swiss military knife manufacturer, or you can die in a tin can. To summarise, fly Imperial or don't bother.
In the end, these are machines of war. If you like the shooty, fresh and fruity approach to things, they are all the right choice. Imps have style over substance, Feds have substance with abuse, and Lakon has the origami kick in the dick in the balls. But like the concept of a hat on a hat, the one you choose is the right choice. Except if you choose Feds or Imps, then you're an idiot.
Now, as much as I like to sit here and furiously masturbate and angrily ejaculate come at you two, let's just end this thing on simple phrases so people can decide for themselves. For me, the Condor's basically a vomit comet. If you don't get it, just ram anything.
And the Taipan is the Bob Ross thought-hopping boss mouth, chillin' and tapping like nobody's business.
And meanwhile, we have the Imperial Fighter, the spinning disco ball of death.
Oh shit! No! Stop turning! God damn it! Come on! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Just keep your luncheon! Keep your luncheon! Keep your luncheon! Oh, come on! I can fit! Come on, baby! Don't be like that! I can fit! Oh please! Actually, let's see. Can I actually fit in there? Oh, yes, I can. Ladies and gentlemen, hitboxes! Or rather, collision boxes. Yeah, whatever.
Pull up, just not at me.
Pull out. Artemis doesn't want me.
I'm sorry, but you're sticky.
Oh, my.
Not in a good way. I'm sorry, I'm surrounded by two of the stickiest ships in the verse. Because I know for a fact that's not paint.
Wow. I'll never tell.
Okay, yeah, no, I need a second.
Okay, what's going on in your ship?
I can't stop it from turning. Please stop. Please stop. Thank you. Boop.
You're actually pushing him back. That small fucking fighter is actually pushing back.
Okay, I'm gonna push him back. I want you to record this.
You are. More.
He's the tenacious little Taipan.
The Taipan that could.
The little Taipan that could. He's small, but it's fierce.
It's still burning.
Oh! Okay, can we not capture that?
God damn it. Okay, screw it. We'll do it without. Screw it. Doesn't matter. Additional background stuff. It's fine. It's fine. I'm telling you, it's fine. Okay. Well, what's going on with your ship, bitch?
Nothing. Nothing. Look away.
It's losing confidence in you.
Look away. Avert your gaze.
It's avoiding you.
God damn it!
You can command it to stay put, you know?
Yes, I told it to stay put, but she's being coy. Give me a second.
She just doesn't like you anymore.
You will take it, and you will like it. There, see? There we go. Consensual.
Okay, finally.
I don't know why my ship is doing
What
that.
the hell is with Anacondas and Taipans now? Do they hate each other or something?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, the Lacey versus Lakon. I mean, okay, apparently the Lacey doesn't like it from the...
Damn it! Just let it happen. I actually have my thruster off. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, attempt number 5 or 6 or whatever
Attempt
else.
number... shut up. And don't kink shame me. There we go.
Finally.